Oh, hi folks, hope you're well. Um, I sometimes when I find myself a little bored, it happens. Um, I just need some mental chewing gum. I don't know if you ever get like this, where you just want a break. You want to watch something that's a bit of a no-brainer. Um, so uh, Still trying to get over this laryngitis, but the anyway. So I end up resorting. If it's not going to be on Netflix, I flip on the internet and I come across Judge Judy Scheindlin, and it's very addictive. I just watched one more, and just watch. I can't believe so many people are so stupid. To be honest with you, looking at these, the plaintiff and the defendants. But one thing that struck me about all these, we have a similar one in the UK called Judge Ridner, don't we? Who's this Ponzi type of guy? This judge, he's it's camp, very camp, over the top camp, and but there's not a patch on Judge Judy. You can't beat Judge Judy, and it's just mental chewing gum. You can just watch it, and I'm stunned by how stupid people can be. But the other day I was in, and there's a reason I've told you this, because I look at the people and I'm surprised that they've got the intelligence to actually stand up and get dressed and eat, because if they don't eat they're going to die. But they don't seem to have the intelligence to. How do some of these people get through life, really, that appear on Judge Judy? Duh. They're the Walking Dead. They're zombies, half of them. And they're either inoculated to the eyeballs, and the inoculations have done so much damage. They seem mostly retarded, most of these people. Or maybe that's the general. If that's a demonstration, if Judge Judy is a demonstration of the cross section of society within America, America are in big doo-doo. Okay. I'm sure there are some very intelligent people, but in America, oh, for sure. But they've been dumbed down now because the inoculations and the obsessions of the food additives and the chemtrails and the shit education, quite deliberately. And America was a thriving country in the 40s, 50s, 60s, trust me. But now look at it. It's a bloody disgrace. Proud to be an American. I'd be keeping my mouth shut and learn English elocution lesson style very quickly if I were them. Anyway, no, thank you, not to the United States. And you just look at the people that appear on Judge Judy, and I'm not saying they're the scum of the earth, because there's lesser mortals, but they ain't far off, really, what people do to one another, And the women couldn't be so dumb at times. And I'm being very unfair against Americans, because there are some seriously dumb people in Britain. But I'm amazed at walking around the house, a great people watcher. I sort of, have to avoid getting smacked in the mouth for staring. And have to be a bit more discreet. But observing people, and I was in Boots the chemist the other day, getting some aspirin of all things, trying to gargle this throat away. And I saw there's a Clinique thing, a Revlon thing, all these bars, and women are there putting this lipstick, doing all putting their lipstick on and check it out. And they got these young girls in their little white costumes and pretending that they're nurses, putting eyeliner on Granny as she sat there in a chair with her handbag on her lap, going, "Oh yes." And you think, "Oh, what a lot of nonsense! Look at it all. Look at all this." And then you think, okay, I do get it. Some women won't be seen out the house without their makeup on, or they're always darting into the toilets to top it up because it's starting to fade with the sunlight, or it's melting off them. And some women have got good looks naturally, and some have it thrust upon them, but it's all very temporary, isn't it? You know, the big thing is the eyeliners and the lip, and then the lip gloss hit the scene. And if you look back historically, then, you know, the women in the rouge and all this. Well, the reason women why have women got rouge? Because it was actually, this is the question, is, you know, why do women wear makeup? Generally, men don't wear makeup. If they did, they'd get the piss taken out of them. But now it seems that there are, I mean, the trouble started, hasn't it, now, with the men's skincare range. Really. You know, we've gone from foam for shaving with this, you know, or the old brush. I do like the old brush foamy bits. But now they've gone to this gel and this skincare system. They're calling it a system now. We haven't got skin now. We've got a, you know, an epidermis system available for men, and, you know, and I think, what a lot of crap. You know, man up, you bloody pansies out there, using all these, anti-wrinkle creams. Grow old gracefully, men, please. You know, it's pathetic. But some women, I mean, it is like, I mean, quite literally with some women, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. It is. And they're so ugly, some of these women, you think, don't even bother. That is literally putting lipstick on a pig. It doesn't make them more attractive because they slap lipstick on. And that just makes me laugh. They get the tissue out and they've always dab. And who's really, honestly, that vain that they think everybody's looking at them all day? Right? I mean, you're never going to be free, are you? If you're continually worrying about what other people think about you when they look at you, you're never going to be free. You've got to be, I am me, I am free about this. Well, I wouldn't be seen dead in that. Why not? Well, I just wouldn't. What would other people say? Well, I don't quite give, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn what other people think. You see, that's the time. That's when you know that you're free. Is when you can do what you want and wear what you want and look how you like without worrying what other people think. Because if you only truly knew how little people do think about you or talk about you, you wouldn't worry. Because you're not that important. And I'm sad to say, for a lot of women out there, they're not that pretty. And it's true, beauty is only skin deep. I would rather live with a plain Jane, not Jane, I hate the name, but, well, I don't hate it, but it's just, you know, it's a cliche, isn't it, a plain Jane. I would rather live with a girl of standard looks who's got talent and intellect than one who's a beautiful bimbo. Because looks don't last and dumb is forever. That's so true. But of late, it's come to my attention that women are going into this rebellion thing now at the moment, aren't they? They started off with the jeans. Yes, okay. They wear the trousers now. Yes, they do in many ways. But now the jeans, they've got to be certain cuts. They've got to be certain, you know, they've got tears across them. Which marketing genius convinced somebody to wear jeans with tears all down them? I mean, that has got to be, you know, the marketing design ward of the 21st century is selling jeans that are ripped to shreds. I mean, I remember the days you used to thread the bottoms, you know, with the bell bottoms, you used to thread them out so they get fuzzy on the end, or you cut your jeans off halfway down and you have sort of semi jeans. We've all done this. But now they've made it worse. They're really taking the piss, these people like Wrangler and all the other big names, Levi's, and, you know, slicing. I mean, I see them walking around the airports and I travel, and they're sliced and it look like some bloody pit bulls had a go at them, and they think it's the fash. It's the fash. And I don't want to, frankly, look at their kneecaps as they stick through the hole in their jeans. It's, you know, no, not really. Thanks very much. It looks bloody ridiculous. Call me old-fashioned. Yes. Get with it, Grandad. I'd rather not. But one thing that's really, I find repellent, sorry to say, if it offends, I'm just going to say it anyway, is tattoos on women. You know, and I see the most horrendous tattoos on women in places you can't imagine that the sun don't shine on. And you think, why have you got that? You know, it's not one of these little pin tattoos that you do at school with Indian ink and, you know, regret the day you ever did it. Some of these are big uns, you know, all over, right on the beautiful girls, and they got this stupid bloody tat on their V-neck t-shirt. You can see they got a tat, you know. And what are they going to look like when they're 70, 60 and 70? They're going to look bloody ridiculous, aren't they? Oh, she's lying in her coffin, the coffin open, they're coming along giving the last respects, and she's got this bloody great tat, you know, down her arms, you know, in the coffin like this. Yeah, you know, Dave and Betty, because it's just, you think, oh, it's all wrinkled by then. You can't really read what it is. She's dehydrated. And I just think it's horrible. That's just my opinion. I think tattoos on women, it's all a con, isn't it? It's all this, and multiple piercings. And then the other thing that has done it, Captain bloody stupid as far as I'm concerned, is men with earrings. Sorry. Yeah. Women, one earring, real class. Women with a string of them up here, it shows that there's an intelligence gene missing, I think. And the ones through the nose are very dangerous because you can get the infection into your brain. Getting your nose pierced, by the way, you get this tracking up here through your sinuses straight into the frontal cortex of your brain by getting some inappropriate, you know, imagine it. You know, you're breaking the body's natural defense against bacterial infections, sticking a pin through your nose in the first place. But to increase the chance of getting an infection up your brain, have a nasal pin. Oh yes, one of these piercings in your nose. Ridiculous bloody ideas. Plenty of people end up with some serious meningitis with that one. Oh yes, they just don't advertise it. And the ones around here as well. And what are the other ones now? This big thing. Oh yes, these big studs that men have, and it makes the ears like that. But it's actually within the lobe of the ear, and it stretches it. And then they take it out. They're left with this hanging skin. It looks bloody ridiculous. What is it with people that they want to abuse their bodies like that? Because you'll find that usually it's the fit and well people that abuse their bodies. But if you look at people who are disabled, quite frankly, since, you know, a young age, they're the last people you'll find that abuse what they've got left to work with. I think it's a disgrace, really, that women end up with covered in tattoos. It's not going to make them any prettier. It makes them more repellent. And it's the same. I think the complete makeup industry and the perfume industry has been one big scam perpetrated on these people who have such low self-esteem, evidently. They think that putting lipstick on a pig's going to work. And the prices they're charging for such Clinique, and that's one of the cheaper ones nowadays, Clinique. And you know, all the others, Lancôme and Jacques Fath and God, you name it. It's unbelievable. Michael Kors is another big one. You know, all these multi-millionaires, if you have 50 ml bottle of bloody water, effectively that's scented, oh, it's £85. As though it's like £85. It's cost Michael Kors about 1/10 of a penny. And suckers out there. What's wrong with a bar of soap? We have a spray for everything. Even this one called Femfresh, which is for women with fishy fanny. I hate to say the phrase, but I have to get it out. Just go and have a wash regularly. And you really, can't you believe that there is a vaginal aerosol for those women? Well, yeah, they'll be giving one to wipe up your bloody crease of your arse sooner or later, won't they? They'll be sticking suppositories up their own arse, air freshener suppositories for the man who can fart with flavour or class. Oh yes, when he farts, it smells of lavender. I really fancy him. There's a patent for you. What is this then? Well, it's the bottom bullet. What do you mean a bottom bullet? Well, you stick it up your ass, it melts, right? When you fart, comes out smelling of roses. Really? I can see somebody marketing it. There's an idea for you. Go for it. Top marks for you if you want to go for that. It's my idea. Go for it. Yes. It'll happen. I'm sure that people are stupid enough to stick it up their ass and fart. No more embarrassing odours round the table. You could do the advertising campaign, couldn't you? Has your husband ever farted at the dinner table, embarrassed you, or smoke? Well, Doris, get him some of these suppositories smelling of roses. Pop 'em up for Jimmy before you go out for your meal, and hey presto, encourage him to fart because it'll fill the room with bloom. Can you imagine? Oh yes, a great Monty Python sketch. What's the matter? I think I can smell Dave coming. I'm sure it's lavender. Oh no, it's Paco Rabanne, that is. Oh yeah. Oh God, he's got his missus with him. It's what are we doing? We're such suckers. We're parted from our money by all sorts of tricks and trickery, aren't we? Really. Never mind. But I mean, if you want entertaining, just go and stand in the main foyer of Boots the Chemist and watch all the idiots. It's a joke, and people fall for it. And yet, the same with luggage and designer labels. Louis Vuitton bags are the most disgusting bags. They're disgustingly brown, ugly, bloody bags. Louis Vuitton. Who does anybody know? Louis Vuitton dropped dead years ago. Something he's only become famous when he was dead, like most people. But Gucci, another one. I mean, it's Gucci. Yeah. It don't impress me much. Oh yeah, but look, you can tell he's class because he's got a Gucci wallet, and she's got a classy bird because she's got a Gucci bag. Yeah, but she looks like a piece of shit. You can take her home and give her a good bath, get her hair done, get her a razor blade for a shave, right? And then even and you look at people linking this bloody bag around their arm, swinging it around like, look what I've got, swing, swing, swing. Michael Kors bag or something. So, and your point is, so what? I don't care if it's not a fake. Look as much as you like. It's not a fake, I don't give a rip whether it's a fake or a real one. In fact, I'd have more respect for you if it was a fake, to know that you're not that stupid to throw your money away on a real one. I go bananas about this. I buy aftershave because I like the smell. And I've always, since I was a shaver, I've always liked Paco Rabanne. That's it. I used to be a Brute kid. Had to have Brute. I get it, I do. But to say that it upgrades you in society, what you've been seen at, what you smell like, what you bloody look like, it's a bit of a sad testament to society that we fell for this designer logo shit, isn't it, really? You know, I try and avoid clothes without designer logos. Adidas, this, that, no, plain t-shirt, thanks. I'm not going to be a walking bloody advert for some arsehole in any way. It's bad enough I got a badge on my bloody car. I'm not into becoming a mobile advertising post. Some women, they won't go out with their Gucci this, their Gucci that, their Gucci sunglasses, their Gucci that. Yada, yada, yada. Who gives a shit, quite frankly? Her breath still smells and her teeth are a bit manky. Yes, and she's ugly. But this was the original reason, by the way, for rouge, was to make women look like they're ovulating and become sexually aroused. Women have rosy cheeks when they're sexually aroused. That's if you can see through the bloody makeup they wear in bed nowadays. But that's very true. Yes, rosy-cheeked women are supposed to be more sexually appealing, but I know some rosy-cheeked women who are bloody ugly. It doesn't do it for me, really, quite frankly, whether a woman has rouge on or not. You know, looks like one of those. Some people just are nipped at put makeup on. Slap it on. Yeah, they do, evidently. I mean, they all end up like, Susan Boyle, don't they? Yes, was it Susan Boyle who did? Yes. Well, it's an appropriate name, isn't it? She's a good singer, though. But that's my little rant over. I got a raging sore throat, so I'm going to call it a day. But what do you think about people who get suckered into designer shit? I just think it's the con of the 20th, 21st, 20th. I'm going to be continuing a con. I won't have it, I rebel. I will. I would deliberately go to charity shops now just to deprive the bastards. Because, if you want some of the latest gear, wait till next year. That's the best statement. Go into the charity shops and pick it for pennies in the pound. Let the idiots pay full list price. They'll get bored with it. They'll stick in a charity shop and go and get yourself a bargain if that's your thing. But only mugs pay full price for designer gear, if that's your thing. I struggle to find clothes that haven't got badges on. That's how bad I'm getting. It's only because I'm a grumpy old man, Well, some mothers do have them. Ask matron.